Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Business with AHA. This is where we bring on business professionals, talk about the business world and entrepreneurship and how to grow and expand in that world. Now, today we have a friendly face, Joey Bigelli. Welcome back. He is a business strategist and StoryBrand guide. How are you doing, Joey?
Man, I am excited to be here. Appreciate you bringing me back on. I know we have great conversations, and I'm super excited to get into today's episode and share some good tips for your audience.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it. And, a few weeks back, we did talk about passion. We talked about mentorship. And so just diving in right now, we're on the last day of the year. And 2020 has been really challenging personally and also for businesses as well, right? So there's a lot of individuals that are on the quest of rebranding going into 2021 as the market has shifted. There's new opportunity. As a StoryBrand guide, I'm curious, how do they begin to rebrand the story of their business moving forward into 2021?
That's a good question for sure. Yeah, I love this one. So really the first step is to define what it is that you want to achieve, right? What is that market that you want to get into? So by doing that, there's resources and the ability to go on to like Google Marketplace and places online to actually do some market research and see what it is your audience wants, right? The brand that you build is really not about making it about yourself. It's about making it about the client. It's the hero's journey. And the hero in this case is your customer, right? And then you come in as the guide. And in any story, we play this more into the StoryBrand framework. This is our 7-part framework. The guide, in any movie even, is generally the strongest. It has they have the plan. They know they've been down that road. Hunger Games, Gandalf, right? That rings off in Lord of the Rings. They're the ones that can be able to guide the person to the next point, where the hero is unsure, right? They want to see that vision, right? So by defining and seeing what that will be for the individual and creating that brand message around their aspiration, that's going to help you fill the pieces into 2021. So about finding that market research will get you more of a unique positioning. It's really about dialing in what that person wants and the problems that they're facing today to invite them into your story, into your brand. And then once you're able to do that, you can provide them with the plan, the solution, the product or service that you offer, which will reward them with success. With your brand too, you see specifically, you want to have people transform and transition to their newer self to show and live that purpose-driven life. Well, you are going to show, let's use you for example, you're going to show things that embody that. You're going to show events, people experiencing this through your work, testimonials, and have all that, be able to be there. But you're also going to understand their problems. So you're going to be able to portray that into the content you make and write that into the videos and everything that you do. When you help me to do that and dial that in, you start to see a clearer picture. Things will come easier. And really, I strongly believe once the brand narrative is in place, you can be pandemic proof. You can be you can beat the algorithms, right? Because you're now they're not going to see you as an actual brand that isn't about selling, isn't about you, it's about them. And that people are going to latch onto that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. You want to be Gandalf, not Frodo. Frodo is your client. Bilbo is your client. And
Yoda.
Which one?
Yoda,
exactly, right.
Well, the framework has been pulled from, script writing itself. Donald Miller has done a great job for that. He was an author. He was a writer. He had an editing company. He saw the basis of the foundation of writing a book is like 21 elements to it, right? That 21 elements creates the stories that we read today. It's been foundation. It's been what we've seen in history. It's the root of it all, story, right? And that's how we connect. Our minds work in that way. We receive information, our brain processes it into a story for us to understand. That's why data and all that stuff didn't hit when we were in school. Or if you get a lot of information overload on websites, or if your content is too long and doesn't have a purpose towards it, it doesn't hook the individual reading it. That your brand, when someone lands into the ecosystem and environment, is confusing, right? It's just because it's a lost message. The biggest thing is everyone's trying to hit all the points at the same time. And if you can really define the one narrative, the one true point and purpose, and then create that for the individual, then you can be able to see that's when you'll see your business flourish.
Mm. Yeah. So what I hear in that is, so let's say that as the business owner, for myself, I am wanting to identify with Yoda, and my client is Luke. So now I need to understand, what is Luke's problem right now? What is the difficulties that he's going through, the areas of growth that he's looking for, finding clarity in what Luke needs. And that is just a base of all of our clients, is that ideal client. Luke is all of them. They want to be a hero of their own business, their own life, their own clientele, their family, whatever it is that you are catering to. They need to be the hero of that journey. But as the business, as your business, my business, I'm Yoda, and needing to understand his problem, so that way I can guide him into clarity and solving the problem for him. So one, again, I hear knowing the problem of your client, and then two, getting really specific and clear about how you want to approach solving that problem for your client, rather than being so broad, narrowing it down and being really specific in that niche. Is that what I'm hearing through all of that?
Yes, you're hitting that on the point. And a lot of times we have those answers. A lot of us got into the business for that reason. So really understand that point, and then with less comes more. So if you're able to really dial that in, to understand there, and then give them a plan of the process of like how it is to either work with you, and then a process of how they will be able to achieve X over here, you're going to see your brand succeeding. It's going to cut through the noise, because they'll be clear where other people will be confusing. It's not even about the money. It's not even about the price of your product or anything, or your service. It's the messaging behind it, right? It's, you can say that you can actually help a person get from A to B. That is true. And you can show them the process and the steps along the way, that they can clearly see that vision for themselves, even though you know it truly. And that's the picture you want to start to paint. And that's the content you want to start to create. And that's the goal you want to create. So this year, 2021, is going to be massive for you. I know it. I can see it. But can they? Can they see your plan? And the plan being is that you want to help maybe 100 people this year. You want to get, an X amount of clients more this month. You want to be able to get this, whatever the monetary might return be, or just simply the wealth of knowing that your clients are going to be served properly. Well, if they're not if the picture's not painted properly, they're not going to understand that. They're not going to see it. And it's really about taking a step back and taking some time to dial that in, because you'll find that you'll be spinning the wheels a lot in the beginning, where you don't need to be. And it's just simply because you need to be more certain about what the product is, the service that you have, dial that into the right audience and individual, so that the target is nailed in, and you're ultimately solving their problem. Because since the beginning, before COVID, there was a different problem once COVID hit. Now, 8 months into it, or 9 months now, there's a different problem. We're now seeing vaccines coming out. I mean, at this point, it might be a lot more released, and feedback coming through on the news. I don't personally watch the news much, because I don't like to, taint myself in that sense. And anyways, it's a whole different conversation. But what my point is that the problems are going to consistently change. So it's really understanding that and understanding it moving forward, so you can be able to pivot even in 2021. The real winners right now are those who are pivoting.
Yeah, definitely have to be able to adjust and adapt to this new terrain. So for the individuals out there to, after they found the problem of their client and they're specific with that, what kind of questions do they ask themselves to kind of get more specific in the approach of the story of solving that problem? How do they get clear, where they know what they want to do with the world? They know what they want to do, in the sense of for their client, but what kind of questions do they ask themselves so they can be transparent to that client?
Well, just be straight up. I mean, that's one of the straight up, the biggest approaches I do a lot with even calls, because I'd rather not have to work to somebody who I'm not going to be able to serve correctly. So if I can specifically get to their needs and understand that it's for them, and let them know that these questions are coming because I want to serve you the best. And if I can't, then I want to set you up with the right person. And that's why I've been building my network so strong in the marketing place and space. You need a group if you need someone to help you with different even funnel styles, advertisements, and all the works in between it. Necessarily, I can't do this, and this, but I do know somebody who can. right? And I want to be able to serve that person. So even at the end of this call, we'll be able to connect you with somebody who's right and or work with me. What you really want to be doing is, again, it's really dependent on your niche, asking really what they feel. What is that root problem that they're feeling right now? And moving on to an external problem, what is it that's getting in their way? What are things that are holding them back there? And what are potentially people feeling in what is the result of the feeling that they're having? What does that look like, right? What is happening around them?
Mm.
A lot of the times you can pinpoint that there might be financial challenges and there might be, family issues. It could be simple like that, or it's a feeling of overwhelm because again, they're start launching a new business into 2021. This is the first time they may have just left the 9 to 5 because it wasn't working out so well. So there's a lot that they have to do, and it's just simply that overwhelm that they have to get through. And having a team and a person in your corner, like yourself, to coach you through the way is powerful, it's impactful, and people need that right now. And it's a lot of, and I think we might have talked about it too, is about making that jump into the investment, into the mentorships, right? We brought it up in an episode not too long ago, because you really want to shorten the period of time at this point, because this decade is going to be an exponential growth a decade. We're going to see the most billionaires, millionaires, and everybody being made. Wealth transfer is happening. People are moving online. There's a ton of abundance, as much as people might see otherwise. That's why I don't listen to the news. And with that, there's going to be a lot of change, and there's going to be a lot of things and systems moving quick. So my thing with the mentors I have and the lineup of mentors I have into 2021 are specifically meant to help me bridge that gap, shave off years. I've already shaved off, upwards of 3-4 years in just this year because of the mentorships, the people, the individuals like yourselves, our accountability groups. So if you're able to go out and find that, reach out to someone like you or I to be able to bridge that gap, you're going to be saving time. And to me, that's worth the investment, because the energy that I'd be wasting, energy you waste trying to figure this out on your own and try things by yourself into 2021 will put you either behind or out of business or mad or upset, holding some regret, right? And that's just because it's a changing environment. 2021 is going to be a mad year for change.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Invest in yourself, invest in your business. It's extremely necessary if you want to move forward with momentum at a quick pace and not spend years of your life trying to figure everything out on your own. We are not supposed to do it on our own. But something that I want to go back to just in the clarity of it for everyone that's listening is a couple of questions to ask is, how do you feel, or how does your client feel, for one, right now? And how do you want your client to feel in the future? So you have the internal experience transformation from where they are to where they want to be. And then also the external experience. So what kind of issues are they having right now in their external environment? And then how is it going to look when they accomplish the results of what you're hoping for them? So I think that those questions are really valuable for anyone out there that is trying to find clarity around their clients or even around their own business. And we'll cut it here. I think that there's so much value in just this short time. And again, if people want to reach out to you, since you are a StoryBrand guide, and really expand and get that clarity in their business and their clients and their brand moving forward into 2021, how do they connect with you, Joey?
Yeah, so I can be reached at Joey Bigelli on any socials, so you can see me there. And really, that's the only link I got, to be honest with you. And I can connect on LinkedIn as well.
Sweet. Awesome, Joey. And I'll have all the links below as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
And if you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe right now. Engage. Let us know what kind of hurdles you're going through in your business and how we can serve you better as well. And until next time, align with your inner hero.